They called it the silent market. A place where no one asked questions, and no one cared about answers. Under cold white lights, cages floated in the air, made of glowing metal and force fields. Inside them were aliens of every kind, tall, small, scaled, furred, winged. Some looked dangerous. Some looked broken. Some did not even look alive anymore. Humans rarely came here. And when they did, they never came to buy. But Ethan Cross was different. He stood quietly, hands in his jacket pockets, eyes calm but sharp. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was just a human who had seen too much of the galaxy's cruelty. The auction master's voice echoed through the hall. Next item. Blind. Deformed. Royal blood confirmed. No combat value. No breeding value. Barely speaks. A cage floated forward. Inside it sat a small alien female. Her skin was pale blue, uneven, scarred in places. One side of her face was twisted slightly, not symmetrical like most aliens preferred. Her eyes were white and cloudy, completely blind. Long silver hair covered her thin shoulders. She wore a torn royal dress, once beautiful, now dirty and faded. The crowd laughed. She's ugly. Blind trash. Who would want that thing? Even slaves have standards. The alien girl flinched at every voice. Her hands shook as she held them close to her chest. She could not see the faces mocking her, but she could hear everything. The auction master sneered. Former title, Princess Lyriel of House Vale. Her empire fell. Her family executed. She is useless. The price dropped fast. No one wanted her. Except Ethan. He watched quietly. Not with desire. Not with pity. But with anger. He raised his hand. I'll take her. The room went silent. Then laughter exploded. A human? Is he joking? Does he like broken toys? The auction master stared at Ethan. You understand what you are buying? She is blind. Weak. Ugly. She will bring you shame. Ethan's voice was calm. I understand. The hammer slammed down. Sold. Princess Lyriel did not understand what was happening. She only felt the cage move. She heard new footsteps. Human footsteps. She shrank back, expecting pain. Most buyers hurt their slaves first. To show control. But the pain never came. Instead, a soft voice spoke, low and careful. It's okay. I won't hurt you. She froze. No one had said those words to her in years. Ethan signed the papers quickly. He paid extra to shut the guards up. Then he took control of the cage and walked away. The market doors closed behind them. On the transport ship, Ethan deactivated the cage slowly. He did not rush. He did not grab her. Lyriel felt the field fade. Her knees trembled. I can't see, she whispered in broken galactic common. If you want to strike me, please warn me. Ethan paused. He had seen war. He had seen death. But this quiet fear, hurt more. I won't strike you, he said. You're free to sit. I'll keep my distance. She listened carefully. Humans lied often in the galaxy. Everyone did. But his voice did not sound like a lie. Why? She asked softly. Why by me? Ethan sat across from her, far enough not to scare her. Because I could. That answer confused her. Humans usually wanted profit. Or power. Or pleasure. She lowered her head. My name is Lyriel, she said. I was once a princess. Now. I am nothing. Ethan shook his head. You're not nothing. She smiled weakly, thinking he was just being polite. The ship entered hyperspace. Hours later, they arrived at Ethan's home. It was not a palace. It was a small station on the edge of human space. Quiet. Safe. Warm. When Lyriel stepped inside, she smelled clean air. Felt soft flooring. Heard no screams. She stiffened. This is your holding area? She asked. Ethan frowned. My home. Her breath caught. No chains? She asked carefully. No cages? No, he said. You'll have your own room. Silence filled the space. Then, unexpectedly, Lyriel began to cry. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just quiet tears sliding down her scarred face. I was told, she whispered, that humans were monsters. Ethan looked away. So were we, he said. Once. He led her gently by voice, not touch, explaining every step so she would not fall. He gave her clean clothes. Real food. Water that tasted pure. When she sat on a soft bed for the first time in years, her hands trembled. This is too much, she said. What do you want from me? Ethan answered honestly. Nothing. She turned her blind eyes toward his voice. Nothing, she repeated. Nothing, he said. You're safe here. Her heart pounded. No one had ever bought her and wanted nothing. That night, Lyriel lay awake, listening to the hum of the station. No guards. No chains. No pain. For the first time since her empire fell, she felt hope. But she did not know the truth yet. She did not know why Ethan had really bought her. And she did not know that her blindness was about to become the galaxy's greatest mistake. Lyriel woke up slowly. For a moment, she thought she was dead. The bed under her was soft. Too soft. The air was warm and clean. No smell of blood. No screams. No chains pulling at her wrists. She moved her hands. Free. Her breath became fast. This must be a trick, she thought. Kindness always came before pain. She sat up suddenly. I'm awake, she said quickly, her voice tense. You can come in. I won't resist. The door opened, but no footsteps rushed toward her. Ethan's calm voice came from far away. Good morning. I left breakfast outside your room. I won't enter unless you say so. She froze. You are asking permission? She asked. Yes, he replied simply. No master had ever asked her anything. Carefully, she moved toward the door, using the wall to guide her steps. When she opened it, a warm smell reached her nose, fresh bread, fruit, something sweet. Real food. Not nutrient paste. She felt the tray with shaking fingers. This is for me, she whispered. Yes. Her hands trembled harder. Why? She asked again. Why are you doing this? Ethan sighed softly. Because you're a person. Not an object. That word, person, hit her harder than any whip. She sat down and ate slowly. Every bite felt unreal. Tears fell onto the tray, but she did not stop eating. After some time, Ethan spoke again. There's something I should tell you. Her body stiffened. Here it comes, she thought. The real reason. I didn't buy you because you were cheap, Ethan said. And not because you were royal. Then why? She asked quietly. Because no one else wanted you. Silence. In the market, he continued, everyone judged you by your looks. Your blindness. Your weakness. Humans know that pain very well. Lyriel tilted her head. What do you mean? Ethan paused, choosing his words. Once, he said, humans were hunted too. Slaved. Sold. Experimented on. The galaxy saw us as ugly, weak, and dangerous. Her breath caught. That is not what we were taught, she said. We were told humans are violent beasts. Ethan smiled bitterly. They told you that so they wouldn't feel guilty. He stood up and walked a little closer, still keeping distance. Lyriel, he said gently, do you know why your empire fell so fast? She lowered her head. Because we were blind, she whispered. Not in eyes. In heart. Ethan nodded. Yes. She clenched her hands. My family believed worth came from beauty. Strength. Perfect bodies. Perfect blood. When I was born blind, they hid me. Her voice shook. They said I was a shame. A curse. Ethan felt anger rise inside him, slow and hot. And now, she continued, I am truly blind and truly useless. No, Ethan said firmly. She flinched at the strength in his voice. You are not useless, he repeated. You are alive. You think. You feel. That matters. She laughed softly, sadly. In the galaxy, that is not enough. Ethan turned and activated a console. A soft hum filled the room. Come with me, he said. I want to show you something. She hesitated. I cannot see. I know, he replied. That's not a problem. He guided her by voice again, carefully, patiently. They entered another room. This is my workshop, Ethan said. She smelled metal. Clean energy. Something powerful. What is this place? She asked. This is where humans do their real work, he said. He placed something gently in her hands. It was smooth. Warm. What is it? She asked. Hold it closer. She did. Suddenly, sound. Data flowed directly into her mind. She gasped and dropped to her knees. I can hear images, she whispered in shock. Shapes. Space. Depth. Ethan knelt near her. This is a neural translator, he explained. It turns vision into sound and touch signals. Humans built it for blind pilots. Her heart pounded. I can sense the room, she said. I can feel walls. Distance. Tears streamed down her face again, but this time, they were different. You gave me sight, she whispered. Not sight, Ethan corrected. Understanding. She laughed softly, almost hysterical. The galaxy said I was broken, she said. And you fixed me. Ethan shook his head. No. You were never broken. She slowly stood, using the new sensations to move. For the first time in her life, she walked without fear. This technology, she said, voice full of awe, the empires would kill for this. Ethan's voice became cold. They already tried. She turned toward him sharply. What? Ethan straightened. This station, he said, is hidden. Humans don't share their best tools anymore. Why? She asked. Because when we did, he replied, the galaxy used them to enslave us again. Her chest tightened. You didn't buy me by accident, she said slowly. No, Ethan admitted. You bought me because I am blind, she realized. Because I see differently. Yes. Her mind raced. You want my help. I want your choice, Ethan corrected. Silence filled the room. At last, Lyriel spoke. My people will hunt me if they learn I am alive. I know. They will torture me for secrets. I know. She took a deep breath. But for the first time, she said, someone gave me a future. She bowed her head, not as a slave. As a queen. I will stand with humanity, she said. Not because you bought me, but because you freed me. Ethan smiled. Outside the station, far away, alien ships changed course. The galaxy had noticed. And it was coming. The warning alarms began softly. Not loud. Not urgent. Just enough to tell Ethan one thing. They had been found. Ethan stood still in the control room, watching the data scroll. Multiple warp signatures. Military class. Heavy weapons. Lyriel felt the change at once. The station's hum shifted. The air felt tense. They are here, she said calmly. Yes, Ethan replied. Your people. Lyriel did not tremble this time. Using the neural translator, she could feel the space around the station. She sensed the ships like dark shapes in the void. Sharp. Hungry. They brought an execution fleet, she said. They came to erase a mistake. Ethan smiled faintly. So did we, he said. He activated a private channel. This is Human Station Atlas, Ethan said clearly. You are entering protected space. Turn back. Laughter answered him. A cruel, familiar voice filled the room. Princess Lyriel, the voice purred. Still alive. Still useless, I see. Lyriel stiffened. Lord Varric, she said. The man who ordered my mother's death. Yes, Varric replied. And now I will finish what I started. Ethan leaned forward. She is under human protection, he said. Leave. Varric laughed again. Human, he said, you bought garbage. We are here to take it back. Ethan's voice became ice. You will not touch her. The alien fleet opened fire. Space bent. Light exploded. But the station did not break. Human shields flared, thin, invisible, and wrong by alien standards. They did not block energy. They ate it. What is this? Varric shouted. Lyriel stepped forward. Human defense philosophy, she said softly. They do not stop force. They adapt to it. Ethan activated the final system. Across space, hidden human satellites awakened. Old wrecks moved. Dead stations powered on. The battlefield came alive. Human ships warped in, not huge, not beautiful. Just efficient. The alien fleet panicked. They are too few. Varric shouted. Destroy them. The human ships did not rush. They waited. Then the alien weapons failed. One by one. Power systems shut down. Navigation died. Communication collapsed. Human cyber warfare flooded the enemy fleet like a silent storm. Lyriel closed her eyes. I can hear their fear, she whispered. They do not understand. Ethan nodded. They never tried to. Varric screamed through the channel. This is impossible. Humans are weak. Ethan answered calmly. No, he said. Humans were patient. The alien flagship was pulled toward the station, trapped by a gravity net. Varric appeared on the screen, shaking, furious. You dare judge us? Varric spat. You are blind, broken, ugly. Lyriel stepped closer to the screen. Yes, she said. Then she smiled. And still. I see more than you. She raised her hand. Lord Varric, she said, by the old laws of my people, a royal may pass judgment. Varric laughed. Your people are dead. Then let humanity be my witness, she replied. Ethan nodded once. Judgment granted. Lyriel's voice was steady. You took worth from those who were different, she said. You built an empire on fear and beauty. She paused. Humanity builds on choice. The gravity net released, but not outward. The alien fleet was pulled inward, locked together, weapons disabled. They would not die. They would live. As prisoners. As you judged me useless, Lyriel said, you will now live without power. The channel cut. Silence returned. The battle was over. Lyriel's knees weakened. Ethan caught her before she fell. It's done, he said. She laughed softly, breath shaking. I was afraid, she admitted. So was I, Ethan replied. She turned toward him. You bought me as a slave, she said. No, Ethan corrected. I bought you to make a statement. She tilted her head. That worth is not what the galaxy decides, he continued. It's what we choose to protect. Tears filled her blind eyes again. What happens now? She asked. Ethan looked out at the stars. Now, he said, humans step into the light. Days later, the galaxy watched in shock. A blind, scarred alien princess stood beside a human representative. Not owned. Not silent. But equal. Lyriel spoke to the galaxy. I was called ugly, she said. I was called broken. She smiled. But humanity saw value where you saw trash. She lifted her head proudly. If this makes humans dangerous, she said, then you should be afraid. Because they do not fear the imperfect. They protect them. Ethan stood beside her. And for the first time in galactic history, the monsters were no longer human.